morning, everybody. Welcome back. My name is Sandra, if you haven't been here before. And today I'm doing what I'm going to be doing from now on, hopefully, fingers crossed, my monthly update video. So I think I started this before Christmas, and then I had Vlogmas, and then I was just doing tons of like vlogging. We're going to talk about everything new that I've experienced, if it's happened in the last, I don't know, since we've talked last, which I guess Vlogmas was done the like Sunday after Christmas. Here's my planner. So, you know what? I'm very proud of myself. Like, look at my list today. My list is short. And you know what that means? It means I'm doing really, really well. I can't say the same thing for Monday. I think even Sunday was crazy. Okay, here's Sunday. I'm just going to show you. Even though we're going to plan tomorrow and you guys are going to see my plan with me, I want to show you. So then there's Monday. And then Tuesday. So that was yesterday. So that was actually not too bad. But look at all the check marks. Look at all of the check marks. I got everything crossed off, you guys. So I think that's like the biggest thing right now that's like not weighing on my mind. I actually was not just like, I don't want to even talk about it in terms of like productivity. I want to talk about it in terms of just like putting the things on my planner that I know that I can accomplish and then checking them off. Even if you've only done like 5 things, it's just such a feel-good feeling that you've finished everything. And like when I say I tend to go overboard, I do. And I kind of push past motivation. I was actually writing a blog about this. I remember getting a comment on one of my videos. I can't remember which video it was, but somebody had commented like how do you integrate the fact that you script in Planner Perfect to your task list in Franklin Covey? And like when you think about it, they're completely 2 different separate things, aren't they? Like it's not supposed to be, but I feel like it is. I feel like scripting is writing a story. I feel like exactly how Jenny says write a better story. I feel like it's not a task list. It's like a journaling out my ideal day type thing. Whereas my list in my planner is literally, okay, let's do this, and then let's do this, and then let's do this. And I kind of put my head down and I'm like, okay. But then in scripting, you're kind of thinking, what's the purpose behind all these actions? What's it going to improve in my life? But like for the most part, I guess in my case, I'm pretty good at like establishing my goals and what I want from my goals for the year or for the month or for the week. And then I establish my tasks based on those goals. So it's not like I'm just doing these random things that make no sense or don't make me money or, a lot of them have a reason. So even if it's simply to make me happy or if it's to like ease my anxiety a bit, because I don't know about you guys, but like when I was young, like I was fearless. I had no fear. I would do anything and everything. Like I look back and I'm like, how did I get through 2 degrees at the University of Alberta? Like, how did I do that? Because I'm pretty sure I could go back and do it now. I'm sure I could. But I'm just like, it's such a daunting thing that I'm like, wow, like that was amazing. How the heck did I do that? Um, but now I'm kind of like, I don't know, maybe I don't want to blame COVID. And I know all of us went through COVID, like everywhere, everybody in the world went through that. Um, so we all have the same experience in regards to that. And I'm wondering if maybe that's what brought on my anxiety a bit. But you know how, for example, like if you don't drive for a while and like you're used to driving and you drive all the time and then all of a sudden you just stop and you don't drive anywhere, you come back and it's scary, right? Have you got that? Like, did you ever feel like that ever? Like once in your life about anything? Like you come back and then something's like terrifying. And that's our anxiety kind of pulling us back. And it's just because it's not familiar. We're just not used to it. And so the more you do things that scare you a little bit, you're going to reach higher and higher for your goals. Like it's just fact. It is what it is. Like just do something a little bit new every day that is like a little scary, but it's not like jumping off the cliff, Anyway, so catching up on work tasks. I made notes for myself. So this page, I don't know if you guys saw that, but this page right here, it's all of my notes for today's video because I was like, I knew I needed to do this video soon. And today's already Wednesday. And I'm going to post this video I'm posting it tomorrow because I have a video Friday. So this will be up tomorrow on Thursday. Catching up on all my work tasks. I have finally caught up. My desk is clean. My house isn't all clean, but we put away, I put house cleaning too. So I put away our Christmas stuff. We did that last Saturday. So today's Wednesday, I said, so we did it past Saturday. And it felt really, really good. And it was just the longer the Christmas stuff was up, I felt like everything was such a mess because we buy a real tree, so the needles go everywhere. We have a dog. We have a now 3-year-old. And honestly, the kids still haven't they haven't gotten that expectation of like, okay, you guys are each your own person. You now have to clean up a little bit after yourself, and you also need to like help us as a family unit. So I want to instill in my kids, that's part of this whole cleaning schedule and chore chart thing that I've got going on. I did kind of like draw it out. So I'll show you guys before I let you go, but I worked on that yesterday. But what I want to do is I'm not going to bother because we don't have much money right now. If you guys also note, I am doing weekly budget videos and also monthly budget videos. So you guys can watch those. But right now, like we will have more money. Like, so we thought it was going to be way worse than it was. So the universe had our back. So I'm very thankful for that. But we thought like for 3 weeks we were going to have $0. Like I wasn't sure if we were going to be able to pay our bills. Like it was scary. And of course, you don't get what you don't ask for. So I asked for help. And not from family. I just said, universe, like, please, we're going through a rough time. Please let me, I need to know if we're going to be okay. Like, please send help our way. And sure enough, like, it covered our back. So I'm not religious. I don't have like a religious deity, but I am spiritual. And I do feel like I believe in manifesting. So that's kind of what sits so hard with me with the scripting is that I believe that you do get what you ask for, but I also feel like you have to put in effort, right? Like you have to do something to show that you're worth it, that you're worth, like you can't just sit back and just have things handed to you. And like maybe that's what happens to some people, but for me, it's never been that way. I've always had to put in effort, and it's almost like the universe meets you halfway, right? Anyway, I don't want to get into that too much, but so catching up on work, my desk is clean, my planners are caught up. My planners, I'm so in love with my planners right now. And it's not like that new, oh yeah, like a new planner. Like it's not even that. Like you guys have known I've been in my Franklin forever. I switch out my inserts yearly. I switch out my binders monthly. And I've got like all of my dashboards and stuff I switch out monthly, but I'm in the same system, but I'm absolutely in love with my planner. I love it. And the same thing with my Planner Perfect. I just don't know what I would do or where I would be without my planners. Like I'm so glad I found these two systems. And even my work planner, I'm still kind of like integrating my work planner. Like I'm not sure I love the system the way it's set up right now. I feel like maybe the rings are too big and I'd like to put the books on strings. It's just the Jane's Agenda rings are so pretty, and like this is so pretty. It's so pretty. I love having all of these charms on here. But these rings are seriously like really big. And so this book, I've been keeping, like, this is my content schedule right here. I've been keeping it in the front cover, and then the other book I'm keeping just sitting in the back, and I don't love it. I kind of want to use these strings that are right here. But in order to do that, I would have to downsize the rings. I would have to go back to my Happy Planner metal discs, put those in, and then put all of this stuff. Like this stuff would fit. I'm pretty sure. Like I could downsize. There's quite a few inserts in here I'm not using, especially with the Jane's Agenda stuff. I got this. I'll show you here. It's under schedule. It's actually quite a big chunk. Holy. Well, I've actually got lots of blank paper too, so that I use that. I'm just talking about this stuff here though. So this, like that's a big chunk of paper. So that could come out, and I could downsize the rings. And like, I just don't want to, I don't have like extra money to go and like go back to Jane's Agenda and buy like, like smaller rings. But I don't know. For now, this is working. I do enjoy this system. Like I like the Planner Perfect method. I knew I wanted something different rather than what I was using before. because I do like Jane's agenda, but I wanted something different to write on. I wanted to change it up. So, um, and like, I don't think I'm willing to spend like so much money on like a B6 Planner Perfect planner. Um, I think I just want to buy wide. Like once I stick with the size, I like to stay with it. I don't want to switch back and forth. Like I can't see myself doing that. But anyway, so my cleaning tasks are done. Like, I mean, if I go to my weekly section here, I didn't do too bad for this week. And my compass card, like when you guys see my, so I still have to organize the toys kind of. So this is my week here. So this part isn't really that busy, but like I've checked off a few tasks on the weekly. So like things like I haven't started my filing cabinet yet, so I probably, if I had time today, I could probably start that. I probably could finish it. I mean, it doesn't even take that long. Um, but I'm kind of scared to tackle like the toys because like so the kids got toys for Christmas and then I'm like, okay, do I get rid of the old stuff? There's quite a bit of stuff that I can't get rid of. It's like magnetic blocks, and so my kids love playing with those. And they're old, like they're old. Like I got them when my oldest was like 3 or 4. So they're like 8, 9 years old, but they're perfect. They're amazing. Why would I get rid of them? And then all of the Play-Doh stuff, I've also got Mr. Potato Head stuff. Like that stuff you just don't like throw away, like because they continue playing with it. And then my youngest, his two favorite things in the world, well, three. He's got three favorite things: the little cars, like the ones the little tiny little cars, and he loves like machinery, like diggers and cement trucks. So he gets like some of those, and some of them are bigger. And then we've also got like other cars, like emergency vehicles. Like we've got a police car and an EMT, and like like the ones that like make sounds and have the lights. And then he loves dinosaurs, like those three things, like machinery, cars, and dinosaurs. Three favorite things, but he's got so many. So we've been keeping them in a box, and it just there's so much there that I'm like, what can I get rid of? What can I put down in the basement and rotate through? But honestly, like none of it. I don't want to get rid of any of it right now because he plays with it all. But to be honest, a lot of time he doesn't even play with it. He'll like dump it on the floor and then like throw it across the floor and then forget about it. And then mom has to go pick it up. So that's kind of been the bane of my existence lately. But getting back to my update notes. So yeah, so Christmas's stuff is put away. I'm just gonna like highlight this stuff as I go because I want to talk about it, but I'm gonna get lost here with all of the things I have. So that was done, cleaned. Um, yeah, so I'm glad Christmas is over. I mean, I don't normally say that. I really love Christmas. I love the whole planning for it. But I think this year, between work, I kind of overworked myself. I know that there was one person who left a comment that said, please take time out for yourself. Don't do all the things. And I didn't listen. You should slap my hand. You should. You should reach through my camera and slap my hand because I need to take that advice next year. I think I need to calm down and just like be like, you know what? Like my YouTube channel will still be there when I come back. You guys are still going to hang around, right? You're not going to leave. And I'm still going to post videos. I'm just might not do Planmas or I might not do Vlogmas. I like doing Vlogmas because especially if I can get the kids in there, then they have memories to look back on, once I'm no longer here, which that breaks my heart. I don't even want to talk about that, but you know what I mean? Like at least they have like video footage. And if I'm going to film video, like family video, I might as well just like post it to YouTube. I don't know. But we'll see. We'll see how things look. Maybe I'll just do Vlogmas. Wouldn't it be easier if I didn't have to worry about anything else other than like I could do it, it's just so I think the reason I didn't pick up my camera that much this year and I failed miserably at that was number one, I'm only down to my regular phone, so it's harder for me to film videos on just my phone. And also I was doing all of the things. So I was doing a lot and I did lots of videos talking about my planner systems and like my planners and my new setups and my old setups and blah, 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 blah. So maybe I'll cut that down for next year and I'll plan earlier. I think I didn't start planning till November, and I'll just try to figure out, a different plan going forward for next year because I would like to watch more Hallmark movies. I watched two 2 movies the entire December. And those movies started in October. Like, I didn't even realize that they are like reaching further and further like out, but they start in October. Isn't that crazy? Anyway, okay, so right now, another thing that I'm doing, so I went down to my basement yesterday. I'm just gonna pull all these over here because I'm gonna show you guys. So I'm not selling any of these. I just wanted to show you. So what I did is, so with my Cocoa Daisy stuff, you guys know if you collect Cocoa Daisy is a stationery store. If you guys don't know what that is, and you get these subscriptions. They've got like 100 subscriptions. Like there's so many. When you first start up with Cocoa Daisy, you don't know what you're choosing. You don't know what is best to get. And I think I mentioned this in a few other videos before, but like when you go through and you first look at it, you're like, wow, like what do I even choose? When I first looked at it and I was like, oh my God, that's so beautiful. And then I saw the price and I was like, nope. And I shut it down and then I never went back. And then I don't know what made me go back again. I think maybe it was the hummingbird kit, like 1 August, and I fell in love. And then ever since I've just kind of been stuck, but I've been learning moderation. So I get 3 main kits, and then if I want extra stuff, I get extra stuff. I do get the dashboards though, because I do put those in my Franklin, as you guys have seen. But I always get the stationery kit. That's probably my favorite. And then the planner kit. So those two are like, yes. And then the deluxe journaling kit because I like the papers. But there's a lot of times I don't always use all the papers in the kit. So anyway, I keep everything stored in those plastic containers they come in. And I keep everything in there that I don't use. So like beginning of last year, my goal was to make sure I started using up all my products. That was my goal. Use up my products, start using what I have, stop buying more stuff until I use up what I have. But of course, like Cocoa Daisy is a monthly subscription. You get new stuff every month. So I've been whittling down the subscriptions a bit. And then I've also been like using it up more. So I want to use it between both my planners and not just one. So anyway, so I went through all of my kits and I pulled out, well, a lot of these are all sticky notes. A lot of these are from Jane's Agenda, Cloth and Paper, and the Honeybee Shop. But like these 4, for example, this is all Cocoa Daisy. So there's only 4 there, but I have 100 more, trust me. I've got one on the side. So what I decided to do, and I've got these ones from the January kit. I've got this one. So what I'm doing going forward is I'm going to use up all of my sticky notes. I took them out. Like I've got the October one. This is from last November. This one is from Halloween. I took all of my sticky notes out and I'm going to be using them. And I'm putting them on my desk here. So like there's a whole bunch here. These are also sticky notes. But these ones are bigger. Okay. So this is like the Mediterranean Muse one. This was from, so this October, I think so. Was that October Glow? I think it was. Anyway, I brought them all out. And then, so those are all just sticky notes, okay? Just sticky notes. I've also got this little thing from, I think this was also from either Mediterranean Muse or was it Where the Sea Dreams? I think it's Mediterranean Muse. I've got these, and these were all just notepads. So they're not sticky, but they just are little pieces of paper that you can write a small grocery list on. And I'm just keeping all of them in here so that I can reach for something. So if I need to write a little note, there it is. I could put a pen in here too. I could technically keep this in my purse. But when I go out places, I do take my whole TN with me. So I don't know if I need to have these. But anyway, so that's part of my using up my stash. So I've got basically now left in the kits and Cocoa Daisy in my basement. I basically just have like the dashboards and the papers, and those can always be used. Like they don't go bad, right? So my biggest dilemma is using up the washi tape because anything with adhesive on it is not going to last forever. These have adhesive. They're not going to last forever. And like, I do find myself using up my sticky notes quite a bit. Like I'll always reach for a little sticky note if I have a phone call, if I have, you know, like a note that I need to take from my computer, I'll quickly write it down in here, because sometimes I don't always want to use my daily page. Like I'll either have used it for something else, like today I've used it for all of my update notes, and this stuff, like it might belong in my work planner and I just don't want to pull it out right now, so I'll use a sticky note. But I got this from Jane's Agenda, by the way, this little thing. I also have like a clay one. It's down in my drawer, but that one, I think that one is from Cloth and Paper. Yeah, I think so. But I like this wooden one. It's so pretty. So I just put all my sticky notes in there and I keep it on my desk. And then my family can borrow a sticky note too if they want. On my daughter, I have 2 of these. I should probably give her one. So this is one I use, so it's got like a lot less paper. She's like, Mom, this is so cute. If you give me one, we can be matchy-matchy. So I think I'll just give her this one because why not? And I have a whole bunch of them anyway. So anyway, so I'm just going to put these to the side again, and then we're going to continue talking. So also this weekend, I'm going to try, like, we're going to talk about this maybe in my Franklin video tomorrow, and then I've got my Planner Perfect video on Friday. I don't think I'm going anywhere Friday. So if you guys are aware, I go to karaoke. Sometimes I drink. I'm not a big drinker, but I do drink. I'm not going to lie about that fact. I like having those twisted teas, and I don't think it's bad. I don't always have like drinks, and I don't have to. Like I usually do in moderation, and that's my biggest thing. I'm like, why can't people just moderate themselves with everything in life, and then nothing would be a big deal, right? Like you wouldn't have addictions, but I guess that's not the way it works. And I'm not an expert, so I can't talk about it. It's just my opinion. Anyway, but I am going to go out. So Friday, I decided that I will not be going out. Chad will be working. Like a lot of times, he'll only work 8 hours Friday, so that it'll give me time to like get ready and go out. And in the past, like not in the past, but like even now, my day to go out is Friday. I don't know what it is. Fridays are always busy. It's always exciting because you've got through like a long, tough week and you're like trying to work through everything and you're like, yes, Friday, let's go out and have fun. And my biggest passion isn't drinking, it's singing. So I love to sing karaoke, and I actually had a really bad cold over Christmas. So despite that, I still went out, and I don't know what it is. I think I can sing now. I'm going to maybe try practicing like today and do some singing. But ever since last February, so my friend's birthday, we're actually celebrating her birthday on Saturday. So we're going to the same karaoke place that I always go to because she recently came into my life in about 2 years ago. And I don't know, at first I was unsure. I was like, I don't know if we can be friends. And now, I don't know, it's just something clicked and we're friends. Like we don't hang out during the week that much or ever, I don't think. Because like I've got 3 kids. She also has 3 kids. Her kids are a bit older though. Her oldest is 17 or 18, and then her youngest 2 are like 7 and 8. So they're much older than my kids, and like Logan is 3 now, so he's kind of getting more like communicative, like he's talking in full sentences now finally. Took him a while, but I was like, I know you got it in ya. You'll talk when you're ready. But we've just kind of hit it off, and like we're karaoke besties. Like I don't know, and you guys have seen pictures when I flip through like my karaoke pictures. You've seen pictures of her, and we have a lot of fun together when we're out. And she used to be a karaoke host, and then we come in together. I don't know, it's so much fun. So her birthday is on Saturday. Normally I go out Friday, but because Chad won't be home till 6 anyway, I'm gonna get takeout, like, because I just did my budget and I just had this conversation, but I'm gonna pick up my son after school on Friday, and then go directly and pick up takeout for the kids because they're always hungry. So like, I don't know, either I do that or I wait for my husband to come home, but he won't be home till 6. And then if he gets takeout, he won't be home till almost 7. So it'd be a late night and the kids wouldn't have had anything to eat. So I'm not sure what we're doing there exactly, but like I'm just so thankful that he ended up working this week. Like I'm very glad. They weren't supposed to go back until the 12th, so I'm so thankful. Anyway, I could talk about that and just express my gratitude for that. It's a very good thing. But yeah, so I think what I'll do is chill Friday, stay home, we'll watch Glee, because we've been watching Glee. So this is like the 3rd or 4th time I've watched Glee. Okay, I love Glee because of the singing portion, and I really like Rachel. Like she's my favorite character in there. Well, maybe, I don't know. I also like a few. I like a few of the other characters. But anyway, we've been watching Glee, and we're finally going on season 5. So we've only got 2 more seasons left, basically. And like, I'm excited to finish because I don't remember the end. I've watched like the first 2 or 3 episodes like so many times, but the end episodes or end seasons not really that much. So we're gonna finish up Glee, like chill out, stay home as a family, get the kids to bed, and then sleep in Saturday, and then I'll be pumped and ready to go for Saturday night, and then I'll have energy and not be tired. So I think that's the best way to do it. And then go out Saturday, have fun, and then, you know, have Sunday as a recovery day. But basically, I want to get my work done and be caught up. So I'm caught up at this point. I had 3 blogs as of, well, Monday. As of Monday, I had 2 blogs. I was 2 blogs behind, so literally 2 weeks behind. And then I had to write a new one on Tuesday, which was yesterday. So I caught up. I wrote 1 on Monday, and then I wrote 2 yesterday, and I'm done. One of the things I wrote the blog on, we're actually going to talk about today because it's a huge frustration point. So I apologize. This video is going to be so long. I'm going to try to hurry. Let's see here. So weekend to relax. I also noticed my kids have been like, my baby not so much because he's cute and he's like, he's my favorite. Don't tell anybody. I shouldn't say that. It's kind of a joke. It's kind of a running joke because they're like, you can't pick favorites among your kids, but he's my baby, you know, like he's so cute. I love all my kids equally, obviously, but like he's just the cutest little, and I would just want to eat his toes. Anyway, so my other 2 have been experiencing like this attitude, and I don't know where it's coming from. I don't know if it's because they don't want to go back to school after winter break. I don't know. But like even during winter break, it was like this attitude, like, you know, I'm here, give me everything, I deserve everything, I'm the best. You know, I don't know where it's coming from because they haven't always been like that. But that's something that I've been dealing with, and I'm working on this tour chart, and so I'm going to start giving them more responsibilities. Like my son's job is going to be doing the dishes, and he is he has ADHD and he forgets so easily. You know, I think my husband even has ADHD, like undiagnosed, of course, but I'm pretty sure he does because he forgets so easily, and he gets like jumbled in his head, like he forgets to do stuff and he gets overwhelmed easily. So I wonder if he has ADHD, but he's never been diagnosed. Okay, so another thing is tonight, Chad's rental car. So he finally got his payout. He didn't actually get the money, but he got the payout amount, and it should be within the next couple of days. So he finalized everything, sent in the form, and he has to take the rental car back tonight. So thank goodness for his dad and his parents, because his dad had a 2004 SUV that he is letting Chad borrow. That's 2004, okay? And he drove it to work today, so I'm hoping that it's okay. It's like a Ford, what is it? Not a Ford, it's an SUV. It's a Ford something or other. Can't remember. And I'm hoping it's not a huge gas guzzler, but so he took that to work today, and then the rental car we're going to take back tonight. So I'm going to make spaghetti sauce, let it simmer on the stove, and then we're going to go drop off his car. Well, he's going to go to Costco first to pick up margarine, go drop off his car. I'm going to meet him there, and then we're going to go to Sobeys for 2 quick things. But yeah, so yesterday, in order to get his dad's car, his dad drove here, and like, I mean, I could have taken my Jeep, but I would have to pack up the kids and drive for an hour. So it takes about 45 minutes to drive to Mundare. So his dad drove here and then picked up Chad. Chad drove him back to Mundare, dropped him off, and then had to drive back. So he didn't get home till like 8 o'clock last night. And he worked, like he woke up at 5, left at 6, or left quarter to 6, worked from 7, like worked 10 hours a day, and then drove for 2 hours. So he was so tired yesterday, and then he had to get up again today for 5. So I felt so bad for him. That was rough. Okay, so then another thing that a little bit more serious is that my son Logan, the 3-year-old, my favorite, he's very sick right now. He's sleeping in right now, so he's still sleeping, but he has CF. I don't know if everybody that is watching me right now, I don't know if you guys know that he's got CF. We did not know CF ran in our family. This is the first case of CF in our history that I've ever heard about ever. So, which means that I'm a carrier and Chad is also a carrier. And the reason why it was so surprising is because I had my first child with a different father and he did not have CF. And then we had our daughter, and she was also fine. So we never suspected that we were carriers. So now my daughter is most likely a carrier too. Um, so that's something that she'll have to deal with when she's older, and she can get tested when she's 18. But I would have gladly had another child. Like I would have had four if everything had been fine. But when we found out that we were CF carriers, we were like, nope, this is enough. Like I struggled so much the first year especially, but then after, even it was extremely hard. And even now, if I let myself think about it and get my head about it, I kind of go crazy. So I don't think about it. I just do all the things I'm supposed to do. But the problem is when he gets really sick. So he is on this, they call it the miracle drug. It's called Trikafta, and it basically makes their symptoms go away, and they're like the same as you and me. They're the same. But when he gets sick, he gets sick. And right now, so I know the last time he was like this was last January, so 1 year ago, and he got the same cold. So it was my cold. I must have passed it along. This cold for me lasted 5 weeks. I'm older. I'm almost 44. So like when we get older, it's harder to fight off colds. But mine was basically just like a plugged up, I think I had a sinus infection, but it went away on its own. Thank goodness. Sinus infection, and then I had a little bit of a cough. I had a little bit of a chest cough, but it never got that bad. Because I remember when I was a kid, I think I was like 4 or 5, I used to get really bad chest colds. Like I've had pneumonia once, and I never want to go through that again. But I also suffer from asthma, so I have to take good care. Like I'm on a steroid inhaler. I take it religiously every day. And I've only had one attack. And that was actually at karaoke one night. I had one attack, and that's been like I'm really good with controlling it. So like when I take my medicine, I never have any symptoms. Like I'm usually fine. But I think I've got symptoms from taking the inhaler because it's a steroid and it's a powder. I tend to always feel like I've got a frog on my throat, so I always clear my throat a lot, and I always have like, I don't know, kind of backed up mucusy like in my sinuses. It's just not the best. But I also suffer from allergies. So, I mean, it could be that. Like, there's so many things that we don't know, right? But I do know I have asthma, and it's under control right now, so we're good. But if I get sick, it becomes a problem. It actually makes it worse. And so for my son, because he does have CF, and because I have asthma, he has a greater chance of also having asthma. So anyway, so he got sick on the 1st of January. We started giving him Tylenol on the 2nd. Because I remember what happened. I was sick. I started getting better. My daughter got sick. She had a fever for 3 days. And I knew she was sick because she literally stopped talking. She just laid on the couch all day and didn't talk. She had a warm forehead, and I took her temperature, and sure enough, it was a slight fever. So I gave her Tylenol, and it went away. We were good. 3 days. And then my son, my baby, like my oldest son is fine so far, but my baby has a wicked cough. And so with the exception of last night, he has been working. Like it sounds like a dry cough, but it's starting to maybe break up a bit. I can tell. So when you have a CF child, when they're sick, you're supposed to do percussions. If you don't have one of these, so this looks like a little plunger. Okay. I got this off of Amazon. I had 2 of them, but I don't know where he put the other one. When you don't have this, you basically have to cup your hand like this, and you have to hit, and it sounds terrible, but you have to hit your child really hard on the back, the chest, and the sides, anywhere where their lungs are area, like their lung area. So, and when it's on the chest, you have to do it like all over. So like where all the lungs would consume that area, you have to go over all of the areas of the lungs. So it's like 5 minutes on the front, 5 minutes on each side, 5 minutes on the back. And that you're supposed to do 20 minutes a day, or is it 40 minutes a day? I don't remember. But before they, like, as soon as all the kids at 2 years old got this drug, people pretty much stopped doing percussions. But that's the only way to get the mucus loosened out of the lungs. And so this is just easier. It's easier on your wrist. You're supposed to use your large muscles, but I have shoulder problems. So I sometimes will start with my shoulder, and then I'll do with my elbow, and then I'll start with my wrist, and then I'll switch hands. and then use this side for a bit. And then when I'm just too exhausted, it's very exhausting actually. Then I get my husband to take over. But when they're sick, the problem is you're supposed to do 80 minutes of that a day. And do you think my 3-year-old is going to sit still and let me beat him with this? Absolutely not. I tried yesterday, I got 10 minutes in, and I'm supposed to do 80 minutes a day when they're sick. And so I feel like I'm doing him a disservice, but my child is like 60 pounds. He's a big 3-year-old, okay? Huge. They were like, no, he'll be in the 20th percentile for his entire life. And he is in like the 120th, okay? He's a big boy. I can barely lift him anymore. He's heavier than my daughter is, and she's 5. So at first we're like, oh, we're doing something right. He's able to like, gain weight. The thing is also he's very active. He's probably more active than my other 2 kids combined. And so we're going to get him into some kind of sports, because sports is also, they're also good for your lungs to kind of push out the mucus. Like this whole thing has affected us in so many ways. And like, this is time consuming. It's so scary too when they get sick. The first 2 nights, so January 1st, he was sick, but he was okay. And it started the 2nd. So like I said, today is the 7th. He has been sick for the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, and then 7th day is the 6th day. And I think, so last night I was like, oh yeah, I've got that inhaler. It's like this chamber for babies. You put it over their face because they can't suck on an inhaler. And I gave him Ventolin. Last night was the first night he didn't cough in his sleep. So I'm wondering if maybe that helped. So I'm going to check on him and then see how he's doing. But his breathing wasn't as labored. So, but anyway, he was wheezing. Like while he's like just up and about walking day to day, he was wheezing. So I'm going to give him that inhaler again this morning. I'll see if I can do it on my own because he doesn't like it. So I'm like trying to hold him down. So my only consolation is that I do have an appointment on the 22nd. So it's the only appointment we have this month. Thank goodness. So I'm going to talk about all of that, maybe pick up a new inhaler because I want something that he can have that's like not expired, because I let him use my Ventolin. So I just like puff it into this chamber and then hold it over his mouth for 5 breaths, and then he inhales the medication. Okay, so we're on the last little bit of what I wanted to talk to you guys about. So another thing that I wanted to start doing, so this is a journal. This is something my sister made me when I was 36. I couldn't believe it was like 7 years ago already. Isn't this absolutely beautiful? Just look, it's my initials. She made this for me. So I don't know if I have ever said this. I think maybe I have a handful of times. And she just put like this is what she put in there. I'll read it to you. It says, happy birthday, big sis. I love you so much and I hope you enjoyed this journal. Love, Mel, aka Little Sis. And she put 36 with some balloons. So I knew like that was kind of cool that she put that in there so that I could know. So I started using it. And like, so before this whole morning pages and scripting and all that came into my life, I was a big journaler. So I have a journal, like, and I used to buy journals, like a lot of like, and you guys feel free, like go back on my channel and search journals. I have so many journal collection videos. It's not even funny. But I buy a lot of my Peter Popper press, but I also love going into Indigo or Chapters and finding like these random journals that just kind of strike my fancy. So upstairs in my closet, I have like this little white container, not container. It's like a little mini bookshelf thing, but it's got like 2 doors on the front. And I have all of my journals in there. And you guys, I have so many journals. I feel like that lady or the person who like buys all these planners and journals and is like, oh, I need to find a purpose for this one. But this actually was a good purpose. So like these journals, these are indigo paper journals. Okay. So this one here, I bought it when my sister got married. And I think she got married when my son was like 4. So it was 8 years ago. Almost 8 years ago, because he'll be 12 right away. So she got married. She's since been divorced, but it's so sad. Anyway, she got married, and I bought this at the Indigo downtown Edmonton. Was at the Chapters, and it was like a huge, beautiful store, and I just had to go in and look. And this is rose gold, and I thought, like, this is beautiful, so let me get it. And I don't like these journals, okay? Like, I realized, I'm like, oh, I hate it. They take forever to get through. The lines are too big. So I kind of like journals that are like different. So, and I'm talking like I've probably got like 100 journals, okay, that are not written in. I collect them. So I've got 2 Hello Kitty journals. Like I've got so many. I wish I could show you guys right now. I've just got so many, and they're all different and they're all gorgeous. But a lot of them like are the same because they're Peter Popper press. I just get all the different covers. But of those that are my favorite, I literally have like 3 or 4 different like same copies, but multiples. Um, but not many. There's only like 2 or 3 that are like that like that are my favorite. Um, but I have so many journals, and I would go through a journal maybe every 2 weeks, maybe once a month, and I have a huge Rubbermaid container in my basement full of these journals that I've already written on since I was 9, okay? So I basically could write a life story. Somebody could go in and read everything and like write a book of my life. So these ones I repurposed. I think I've got 2 or 3 left upstairs, which is perfect because I'll use them for my kids' next 5-year journals. I turned 3 of these into my kids' 5-year journals. So I actually don't know if I'm going to get through for 5 years because I'm actually, even for my daughter, like this is how much I have left. So that's how much I have left. And this is my daughter's journal. So it's literally got everything in here. Okay. It's got her baby thing, like her and K-Day wrist straps and like her baby bracelet. Like it's got everything in here. I put pictures. This is from K-Day's last year. They did this new thing. Like I have pictures of when I was in the hospital. This is when I gave birth to my baby. Like, just like tons of these different pictures. So I haven't actually got a picture with Santa in a while, so I have to do that. I think the last time was actually December 2022. So it's been a few years now, so I'm going to go to Santa next year, I think. Anyway, we've been doing all these cool pictures, and when did I start this one? So started 2021. So I don't know, maybe I'll finish it in 1 more year, because 2026, yeah, that's 5 years, right? Holy smokes. I never even thought about it. And we're in 2026 right now. So yeah, I started December 9th, 2021. So this has almost been 5 years, you guys. So what I do every Monday, that's part of my journaling process, I write in here once a week. And so I think I'll end exactly 5 years. So it started December 9th. So I'll go until the end of this year, and then I'll start new journals for my kids in January of 2027. But isn't that special? I can't remember where I read it. There was this lady that I was reading, and she's spiritual like me. And she did this for her kids. But it's hard work because I've got 3 kids. But this is like where the memories come from. So like even something as simple like this, I'll show you. Like I have like a little picture of Hello Kitty in there because like I had that picture on my phone and she loves Hello Kitty. So I was like, I put like just random stuff, right? Like this was Easter last year, and my sister and her kids came. So like I literally write out a page every week, and then I'll put tons of pictures in. Like this was my daughter's birthday, right? Yeah, I don't know. It's just so much fun. And I put all these pictures in here. I use my HP Sprocket for this, and I just kind of capture all these memories, so now my kids can go back and read all of my weekly entries, and they can see all the pictures. And I have one for each kid, and they're all different. So like my Planner Perfect thing is for me, and then that's for them, But this journal, this was something special that my sister made for me. So it's just a cover, and I can put in any A5 notebook that I want. But I was like, it's special to me. So I'm going to start using this cover, and I'm going to use this as my journal. This notebook she put in here is a soft cover, but I think I've put a hard cover in here before. It's pliable because it's leather. So again, I don't know if I've mentioned this, but my dad was a leather worker. So that was his kind of hobby pastime, but he made good money at it. It's also very expensive because when you buy your own leather from the leather stores, it's very expensive. But my dad made chaps. Like we lived on a farm. My dad made saddles, gun holsters, chaps, wallets, purses. But the area of our country, like where our farm was located, we lived in between reservations. And there was this one store that my dad would visit often in Ponoka, actually, because of Ponoka. It's Hobima is the reservation there. And a lot of the people from there would buy his stuff. We weren't involved in the rodeo, but my horse, Coco, was actually sold to a girl who participated in the rodeo and she did barrel racing. So my horse, Coco, was in the barrel racing, which was kind of fun. And I don't know if she won because I was really young. I was only like 7 years old at that point in time. But that was when my mom and dad got divorced, and my dad had to sell everything and sell the horses, and it was really hard. It was exceptionally hard because yeah, that was my horse. Anyway, we're not going to talk about it. So my sister, see, that could be Coco. Oh, I'm gonna cry. Not gonna cry. My sister kind of carried on the tradition of my dad's leather making business. So she took the tools, she took all the products. I think she took the sewing machines, but he had thousands of dollars worth of equipment and supplies because he passed in 2006. It was actually December 31st. Sorry. It's always kind of a hard time for me because his birthday, he passed December 31st and his birthday is January 9th. So sometimes it's a little hard for me to talk about it. But he actually died of lung cancer because he smoked like his entire life. And anyway, she carried on the tradition and she made this for me. So it was very special because not only does it have a horse, it's got my initials and I just love it so much. And so I brought this out because I want to start using it. And I'm very excited to use it. But isn't it beautiful? Like, I think it's just so nice. And even the leather, like she did stain this. That's why it's like so like the variegated on it and it's like kind of shiny. So anyway, so that's my journal update. So I'm going to write in there in the evening. So it's going to be like a reflection of my day. And it's just going to be kind of a nice way to kind of wrap up my day. I'm going to have a tea with it and it's just going to be a nice thing. Okay, we're almost done, but I still have a couple more things to talk about. Sorry, guys, this is such a long video. So I started a new 100-book goal this year. This is my first book of the year. Yep, I have another big Rubbermaid container, the same like my journals, full of these historical romance novels, okay? So to save money, I'm still going to buy books because I've got some books that I want to read that are new that I have to buy from Amazon. But I was like, you know what? To save money, I'm going to go back. And what I'm going to do is reread all of these books. And then the ones that aren't that great, I already came across one. So I finished it before December ended. So that doesn't count as my goal. But before, and this one, I'm almost done this book. I'm going to read all my historical romance. And the ones that aren't that good, I'm going to take them when we go to Red Deer. I'm going to take them there and put them on the shelf. So they have at the Legion, they have this shelf where it says like, you know, borrow one book, bring it back. And so I'm going to do that with all the books that I don't love and take them there. So I thought that was a good goal to have so that I can kind of like wheedle out my collection to just keep the best ones. And yeah, I reread my books. I've reread like so many of the ones I've kept. And I don't see anything wrong with it as long as it entertains you and you're still reading. I'm one of those people who definitely enjoys a book, like a fiction book, to kind of entertain myself because I'm not a movie person so much. I'll watch occasional TV shows. Like I love Love Island. It's one of my favorite shows for the drama. I need the drama. But I do like reading as well. Okay, so that is an update. And then we've got two more. So number one, I've talked about this in my last Planner Perfect video. My Planner Perfect subbox was late again. This is the second or third time it has been late, and I'm not going to gripe about it anymore in this video, but all I'm going to say is that I'm going to find out like when I have a little bit more money. So right now is not the time, but I'm going to wait until probably April or May. And I'm going to start buying my planner books again. So I'm going to get them custom made. I'll get 3 or 4 at a time. And then I'm going to cancel the subscription box for the journal and for the planner book because I don't need the journals. If I want extra journals, I'll just buy them on my own. But I've been writing my morning pages in my field books and I find that they're a lot more comfortable to write on. So I'm just going to do that going forward. And then I'll just get the accessory box again and then have my planner books on the side. So I'm going to start doing that probably April. I'm just going to have to cancel my subscription box probably a little bit earlier than that because I know like I'm pretty sure it's like 2 months ahead. So if right now, like this one that I have to pay for on the 10th, I think is going to be for, because I've already paid for February. So I think this one's already going to be for March. So I'm going to double check with Patty at customer service, but pretty sure that's going to be my plan. I'm just sad because Jenny did say she was going to try to bring back some of her artwork, mix and match, like off and on, starting in March. And so I don't want to miss her artwork. I really don't, because it's going to be newer stuff. Well, maybe it might be older stuff coming back. I don't know, but I'm kind of sad about that because I don't want to miss her artwork. But I can't have things be late. If I was just a normal planner and I wasn't filming YouTube videos, wouldn't be a problem. Well, it's an inconvenience, but it's not like a huge deal. I ended up having to write in my December book like the whole first week of January. And then I pretty much am wasting the whole first week of January in my new January book. And especially with it being a new year, it's kind of disappointing because you can't start in your planner right away. So anyway, and plus on top of it, I live in Canada, so it takes a little bit extra long to get here. And a few women have reached out and said, why don't you try the quarterly books? Because I don't like the thicker books. I don't want it to get really thick because I love using stickers and washi, and I hate when it gets like really bumpy. So I like the quarter books because I can put my pictures in there. I can put my washi and stickers and put as much as I want and not worry about it getting like overly big. So that's why. So that's the plan going forward. The last thing I want to talk about, I'm sorry for how long this video is, you guys. This will be only once a month though. The last thing I want to talk about is the winter road dilemma. I literally wrote a blog on this yesterday because I was so frustrated and I was expressing my frustration. So what happened was last summer, the city of Edmonton thought it was a good idea to change our road systems. So they're trying to make our city into a walking city or a bicycling city instead of driving around. So they want to get rid of cars, basically. That's their ultimate goal, is to get rid of people driving gas-powered cars. And so they narrowed our road half. They deleted half the road and made the sidewalks double on each side, except the school side, they made it quadruple size. So how it was before was a normal sidewalk, and now it's like 5 meters wide. Like, it's ridiculous. Okay, ridiculous. They made it huge. Like, it's like a big cement pad on the school side. So they took away the parking. So people used to be able to park on our side in front of our houses. They took away all the parking. So now the road is one lane goes this way and the other lane goes this way. And that's it. You can't park in the front no more. So every single house out and like on my street parked on the front because a lot of them don't have parking in the back. So now if they want to park, they have to walk all the way down the laneway, which is about half a block, and they have to go park on the side of the road down by the houses that also vie for parking. So now parking is hard to get for them. We're lucky. We have a garage in our back, and we also have a cement pad that has room for 2 cars. So usually like enough room for myself in the garage, Chad on the side, and then my mom if she comes to visit, and that's it. And that's her only parking. And so it's very, very difficult. People, we were able to vote on it, but they pushed it through anyway. So yeah, and nobody agreed, but they still pushed it through. So how is that possible, right? Like how is that? Why even bother asking us? I don't even understand. Anyway, oh, it makes me so mad. So last summer we had no use of our road all summer long. We didn't get deliveries. We had to put our deliveries on hold, and they changed the road. So now the sidewalk is that much more to shovel. We also paid $2,000 more for our sidewalk. So they put it onto our property tax, which we already can't afford. And you had 2 options. You could either pay it in a lump sum or you could pay it over 10 years. And we're like, well, we're not going to stay here forever. So just put it over 10 years. And then whoever takes over this house can pay for it then. So that's been added onto our property tax. So we paid $200 extra a year for that. So this year we got tons and tons of snow. We got half a meter in a week. I think it was half a meter in 1 week, and over from Christmas and whatever. And we haven't had a plow come down our road yet. We've had one, and that was like before Christmas. So that happened like December 14th, I think it was. And then the half a meter that fell over Christmas, nobody's come to shovel it out of the way. And we have a school on our road. So they had made promises like, if there's a school in your road, we'll have the road done no matter what. And they never did. And so people are almost hitting each other. Like this morning, there was 6 cars that were honking. So like they come like this, literally this close to the buses, because the buses are big, this close. I saw somebody almost hit their mirror on one of the buses one time. And this has been ever since Monday. I started taking my kids to school. To get from my house to the lights, it's about half a block. Driving, it took me 15 minutes to get home from the lights. Okay. It was ridiculous because people were going so slow because they can't get by each other. So we all have to take turns. There's not even enough room on the road for that because of the snow problem. So I basically entitled my blog like Bad City Planning because like why didn't they think about this? And if you are going to narrow the road, then make sure you've got enough plows and enough people to plow the roads when it becomes as bad with snow. Like, how can they not think? It's like they didn't think. And it's so frustrating. And then over at my kids' school, they haven't had their road narrowed yet, thank goodness, but it's probably coming in the next year or two. So right now you can still park on the side of the road to drop off your kids. But in front of my house, I've got a Catholic school in front of my house, and there's no place for anyone to drop off their kids. There's room for 7 spots. That's it. And then I'm like, so what people are doing is stopping in the middle of the road, dropping their kid off, and then they have to walk to school and then they can't see their kid walk in the door. Whereas like right now for me, I can watch my kids walk in the door. Like I have to like take them in because my daughter's in kindergarten, so I have to wait with her outside. But here they can't do that. So I'm like, well, what's going to happen when I have to take my kids to school and then there's no place to drop off my kids? I can't park on the side of the road. But they're doing it on purpose to limit how many people can drive. It's a new city initiative, and I think it's based off of the federal government because they're trying to prevent people driving gas-powered cars. And anyway, it's so frustrating and so aggravating. Like even now, it's almost 10 o'clock. School for this school started at 8 o'clock in the morning, and it didn't end until about 9:30. So there were still people like back to back traffic in front of my road because they can't get through. They're inching along because they can't get by each other. And I live in a residential road just with a school on it. It's not even a main thoroughfare. So I'm just so frustrated with the city right now and so frustrated with everything in regards to that and driving that I don't even know what to do. I did see plows out yesterday. I didn't see the plows, but I saw the trucks. So I'm hoping that they get everything cleared and that they're working on it. It hasn't snowed for a few days. So I'm like, please, cross my fingers, please start working on our road. Because if they could clear our road, it would help so much. So maybe tonight they'll do it. They tend to be out during the evening. So we'll see how it goes. But I think that's all I wanted to talk to you guys about. Um, and just as a question, I mentioned this in my blog too, but do you guys have anything in your city that is irksome, like either poor government planning or something that kind of arose and that you like frustrates you so much and that there's nothing that you can do about it? Let me know because I'd be interested to hear what you guys also have to say. Because I know in my small corner of the world, it's different here, right? Like depends on the way the streets are designed, depends on how much snow you have, depends how cold it is. And to make it worse, like this year has been the worst for snow and freezing rain. We've gotten so much freezing rain in the past like month. And this is why my husband got into his accident because, you know, it was freezing rain. And like you literally, like when you're driving and it's freezing rain, not even talking about how bad the roads are and how dangerous it is to drive. He literally had to pull over 3 times to scrape off his windshield to get rid of the ice because he couldn't even see outside. So that's bad. So anyway, so there's that. And then one more thing. It's funny because now it's like -2 for a high today. On Friday, you guys, it's going to be +7 degrees Celsius. And then Saturday is going to be 7. Sunday is going to be 7. Monday and Tuesday are going to be 7. So we're going to have so much snow melting everywhere. It's going to be so slushy. And I'm like, why aren't these guys clearing the snow? It would help so much. Like we have about, if I walk outside right now, like we have drifts and stuff because it's also really windy here a lot of the time. We've calm day today, but there are times when it's just always breezy. So when it's like say it's like minus like 30, it feels like -45 because the wind, yeah, that like wind, it just makes it so much colder feeling. Um, and even if it's like -10, it feels like -20 with the wind chill. So it's not the best. And then when the wind comes, the drifts come. So we've had drifts that are like 8 feet tall. Like they're as tall as like they cover my head. And so we just have a lot of snow and like my dog can't walk in snow, so he can't go to the bathroom on the grass because it's too tall for him to like jump into. So anyway, that's our life right now. So I am so excited. We got through Christmas, we're getting through January, and then spring is on its way. The days are getting longer. So usually, myself included, a lot of people where we live experience SAD, which is seasonal affective disorder. So usually it hits hard by the end of February because while the days are getting longer and we're finally getting more sunlight, by the point of February, we've just had enough. And it's like dark pretty much when you leave. Like when Chad leaves for work, it's black. And when he comes home, it's dark. So he never really gets to see the daylight when he's home. And it's really hard in situations like that. Like we have seasonal affective disorder and we have to take vitamin D in order to get enough vitamin D because we don't have, like, we do have lots of sunlight, but we have more sunlight than places like Vancouver, for example. But it's still kind of like, meh, still have to take vitamin D. So anyway, that's my spiel. I hope you guys are annoyed by how much I couldn't stop talking. I'm going to go get my little one up because I think he's awake now. I just heard him coughing. So thank you so much for sticking around. And if you've made it to the end of this video, thank you. But I only do this once a month. And took me a while to get through all of my notes here. So if you have any questions or comments, feel free to write it down below. And I'd love to hear you guys' stories about your like bad city planning or whatever. And without further ado, I'm going to say goodbye and I'll talk to you guys soon. Please give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. If you're new, please subscribe, click on the bell button, and I'll see you guys in the next video.